Hello, Pain Free for Life members, and welcome back to another Monday 10-minute training where I take an important protocol or topic and try to condense it down into a quick and easy to digest training module. Sorry, I'm running a few minutes late here. I'm sure there were people thinking I wasn't going to show up. I just had someone at the door. My name is Dr. Rob Van Bergen, and today I'd like to talk about an absolutely critical but vastly underutilized protocol that we call Elimination Assistance. Now, we aren't talking bowel movements when we talk about elimination. A lot of people take a look at that protocol name and think it has something to do with being constipated. But this is rather the elimination of toxins that are built up in our organ systems and which can often be stirred up by microcurrent. Now, people who have had toxin exposure, had a long-term poor diet, so you maybe eat a lot of junk food or you spent years doing that and now you've tried to turn it around. People who spent significant time on pain medications or under anesthetic for surgeries, or those who have just had long-term chronic pain will have these inevitable buildups in their body. And in rare cases, when we start causing the cells to move and begin the healing process through microcurrent, through frequency medicine, these toxins kind of get stirred up. It's sort of like shaking a bottle with orange juice with pulp in it and watching all the pulp float around everywhere instead of just settling to one area. Now, what happens then is it just makes the person feel off, feel unwell. In general, it can also block the healing process if someone is that filled with toxins, because we start to create movement and then we just make them feel worse, and that triggers kind of a healing crisis. So again, this is not common. This is rather rare. But people who have had these toxin exposures will benefit from treatment with the Elimination Assistance protocol. This helps to get toxins moving. It reduces electrical sensitivity, and it can even eliminate side effects of overtreatment with microcurrent. Those of you who are veterans of microcurrent may have seen this before with clients or on yourself, where you treat yourself so much and you just kind of feel a little nauseous and just don't feel well in general. This can help eliminate that completely. And some people, again, that are electrically sensitive will find that doing this treatment for a short period of time is going to enable them to actually treat themselves more frequently because they've cleared out the toxins in the body. So treatment is very simple, and it can be done on yourself or on a client. I'm going to actually do a rare thing here, and I'm going to show you a slide. I don't typically do this for these 10-minute trainings, but it's very important to have access to this information so that you can see what I'm talking about. I don't think I could describe this quite as well as I can show it. So this treatment can only effectively be accomplished with any Avazia Life model device or the professional model unit. If you're gonna use the professional model, you're gonna set your device to AVA 90 hertz, or any of your Avazia Life models are gonna have 77 hertz, and you're gonna change the power to a comfortable level. Now, you need these frequencies. These are your soft tissue frequencies. They're what is good for treating the general body when you're not trying to reduce inflammation. And so most devices don't have these frequencies in them. It's just not something that has really been built into Avazia models. But again, we know how essential 77 hertz is for scar tissue, and it works optimally for soft tissue as well. Now, if you're given the option, though, 90 hertz is more spot on and is where I would go with that. So using any attachment that's suited for painting, I like Y electrodes personally. I find that they're far easier to do the treatment with. Once you've got the Y electrode, you want to start working on the area at a comfortable power level with your selected frequency, working over the alarm points that I have highlighted here on this image. Now, note that there are alarm points on the face, and we're not treating those at all. We don't need to worry about those. But from the neck down, with the triple warmer, the lungs, the circulation, the heart, the liver, the stomach, the gallbladder, the large intestine, and again, we got another triple warmer, small intestine, and bladder. And you want to essentially just work out any active zones, any sticky spots, or spend 30 seconds to a minute on each one. So you would paint over the area, getting rid of any sticky spots in all directions, paint over the area again as you're moving down, and keep doing this as you process down through these points until you've cleared them all or you've at least painted them all. Once you've done this, you're going to be seeing a lot of kind of surge of energy is what I tend to see with people, is that they've kind of gotten things moving again and they're starting to feel better. Now, if you're going to be doing this, if you have the option of RSI or fMRSI, you can switch if you want to pay a lot of attention to any areas that are white. So when you're painting with your device with an active zone, and I think I did a training on active zones recently, you'll see that the area starts to get either red or it's just really sticky. And then if you see spots of white start to form on the tissue, that is a sign of degeneration. That would be when you would want to switch to something like RSI or fMRSI if you have access to either of those, and kind of treat the area with that instead to work those white spots out and start to energize them and build them back up. So once you've completed active zones from all those points, or you've just treated all over the area, then the treatment is complete and the body is better equipped to detox. It's optimally, this treatment is going to be used for anyone that is undergoing a lot of treatments, or anyone that's getting started that's electrically sensitive. But there are lots of reasons to use this protocol. I find that it enhances most people's experience with microcurrent in general, because if you've been in chronic pain for any period of time, if you've been uncomfortable, if you're not feeling good, having that toxin buildup from your pain, from your body not processing things properly due to the inflammation, is going to be a big problem. But if you can move through that, if you can actually treat the areas and get through that discomfort, and get rid of those toxins, then the body is going to be far better equipped to actually treat anything else. So again, I highly recommend this treatment to anyone struggling to get results. So let's say you've been treating for a couple of weeks, you're not really noticing any difference. You probably need to do this treatment first. Anyone finding themselves that feeling sluggish or nauseous after treatment, people who spend a lot of time doing treatments, if you've got a lot of issues you're working on, this could be beneficial too, or those that just wants to enhance the effects of microcurrent. And even just doing a week of this treatment when you first get the device and before you do any other treatments can be a really beneficial jumping point. Because if you've been really saturated with toxins, with EMFs, with all those harmful things that we have around us now, getting rid of those, getting those moving, making sure all of your detox organs are actually doing their job is going to benefit you extremely. So there is a complete video explaining this treatment process in the Hache protocol video library for those of you who are private members and really want to dive into it. But for those of you who are not private members, who are just stopping by, I really hope that you found this to be a useful experience, and something that you're going to be able to use. I tried to make it so that this protocol was understandable and that you'd be able to watch this video and perform it without needing to do too much more, because I think it is an essential tool in our toolbox that goes underused a lot of the time. So thank you again for joining me today. Let me know in the comments if you found the video helpful. Drop a like or a smiley face, or laugh at the fact that I talked about bowel movements at the beginning. Whatever makes you feel good. And I will see you all next week for another Monday 10-minute training. Thank you very much for joining me.